Look at you go, Nicky Poo. Yeah, it is that time, guys. Welcome back, guys, and I am glad to have you back. And we are on my property in this episode, and we are going to go ahead and do an overnighter using that cot tent that I told you guys about in my last video. I can't remember, but anyways, I bought a cot tent for the cot that I'm sitting on, which is a USGI cot. And today's gonna be a perfect day to do it because this afternoon we have some storms coming in, so we're gonna kind of test it out. Because on this cot tent that I have, it's a military one, the seam tape on the inside has kind of come undone, so I had to glue some spots. So be a good test video for that. Plus it's military surplus, and I have other show and tell to show you guys as well. So guys, it's gonna be a fun day. We're gonna be cooking, eating, sleeping on the new tent. Weather's coming in. I mean, it's just gonna be a great day today, guys. So yeah, I'm glad to have you guys back as well. It's been a while since I made an overnight video for you guys. So enjoy the show. So before we set the cot tent up, this is the USGI cot. It's already set up. If you saw in my last overnighter I did, it was the FEMA cot. This is the USGI cot. And it's the same setup. I'll probably show you how to take it apart. It's real easy to take apart. But same idea, putting it together and taking it apart. It's just a military cot. But yeah, this is what our tent will be sitting on. This is what we're going to be sleeping on tonight. So this is the CATOMA 2 pop-up tent, also a cot tent. And I don't have it in its original size. This thing actually twists and folds down to a compact size like that. I might show that later in the video. But basically I got it halfway there. I still have to practice doing it. I haven't practiced enough to do it. But what's cool about this one is that you can fold it down real small, but it's about half the size. So I'll show you here on camera. Just kind of unfolds like that. And there's the whole tent right there. And it just sits on the cot. And then what you're going to do to secure this to the cot, it comes with these buckles here, and these just buckle in on the corners, on all 4 corners. Okay, and then the center has another buckle right here that goes around the whole thing. And then he's got a strap right here. And that will strap to that buckle there, and you just cinch her down. And that's it for the tent part. You can adjust the buckles how you want it. Okay, so I got the one side open. It has 2 sides that open, one on this side, one on this side. It looks like you can just roll the mesh up on these right here, which I don't really need to do that right now. But the inside of it, it's got a permethium. I think that's how you say it. Might be a tag over here, yeah. It's got this insect shield stuff on it right there. Buzz off. insect shield, insect repellent gear for CATOMA pop-up bed net. So it's treated with that stuff. Here's the NSN number and all, if you guys want to read that. It's a nylon ripstop, 1 person, coyote brown. I think they make this in another, they make it in woodland camo, which I think is originally the original color of these. I think there's also some other colors they make, but they're harder to find. This is a more common one to find. But yeah, it's treated with some type of permethium material, insect killer. And there it is. Oh, it's just another tag. But yeah, it's got an inside pocket there. It's got 2 openings. You can roll the mesh up. And see, it's a pop-up tent, so it folds down, pops into a little small cylinder circle. But I gotta practice doing that. But here it is. Pretty nice looking. I'm 6 foot, so I kind of want to see how much room I have in this thing. I should have plenty of room because the cot fits me great. Yeah. Oh yeah. I won't sleep with my shoes on, but oh yeah, I got room. That's cool because you got zippers on both sides. So that's really nice. But yeah. Well, we'll play with it here in a little bit. This is pretty nice. I can just fold that over one side. Get out both sides there, and there it is. It's pretty nice. Got to adjust this, I think, a little bit. It's different. But at least tighten it up. Well, look at you go, Nicky Poo. You're so funny. You're such a cutie pie. You gonna say hi to the YouTube crew? Okay, whatever. So this is the package it comes in, and let's get it opened up here. So you see a lot of these for sale, and they're usually sold without the rainfly. Well, the one I got, I was able to get the rainfly with it, and it seam sealed inside there, but some of the seam, it's gonna need replaced here pretty soon. You can see like the insect stuff they put on there, but the seams are they're still taped, but in some areas they've come undone. I told you guys I had fixed those. So we're gonna put the rainfly on this because, like I said, we have storms coming in, and it's not gonna rain all night for about 4 or 5 hours, I think. So I want to get the fly on it. Comes with pulls for the rainfly. Comes with really nice Easton stakes here, and then this is the bag it comes with, and it's got all the instructions on how to fold down the bed net itself, and then also how to put the rainfly on as well. So it's for military purposes, it's pretty nice. This is luxurious camping right here. All right, let's go ahead and get the rainfly put on. Stake loops, which we're going to do next, that you'll stake it out with. So some bungee cords, I think that's going to work a lot better. So much easier than using paracord. Always keep bungee cords with you. They're great to have. I keep them in my everyday carry bag. They're very, very handy to have, especially for shelters and stuff. We'll come back and adjust it here in a minute. So there you have it, the CATOMA 2 bed net tent. And that is with the, I think they call it the Wolverine fly. That is what it looks like on it. I'll have to take the bungee off, which is no big deal. I can wrap that over like that. That's no problem. And pretty sweet, guys. Definitely gonna be a fun night. I still have yet to sleep on a cot overnight. You know, my last one I did, we did a cot camp, but it was, I just could not sleep, and I ended up going to my car and sleeping. Surprisingly, I slept really good in my front driver's seat, so. But yeah, we're gonna do for sure. Now, I will say that once the storms go through, because I don't think it's supposed to rain all night, unless it changes, we're gonna take this fly off, because I can tell you right now, it's gonna be too hot inside here to sleep. But for right now, we'll leave it open, let the ventilation go through. That's what's nice about this, is you can have wind. You can open up both ends and have ventilation going right through it. But for now, we'll leave it on, because the storm is supposed to be here in a few hours, and we'll go from there. But tonight, when we're sleeping, we'll take it off, and it's gonna be fun. And I've seen a lot of videos, not a lot, but I've seen some videos online of this tent, and I've never seen it actually, anyone doing it overnight on a cot in it. So I might be the first one doing that. I've seen some setup videos online, but never anyone sleeping in it. All the videos I've seen, people were using it on the ground. Now for like something stealth, you know, anything like that, this would be a great tent for that, because it will sit so low to the ground. It's not very tall. But really, I was hesitant on buying this one because it's kind of small, but really there's actually a lot of room in here. I almost opted out and bought me another Light Fighter one, because if you knew, I gave the other one to Fallaroni, or Super Boot Fallon, my youngest son. He has that tent, so I almost thought about buying another one, because those are made to go in cots as well. But this was a little cheaper. I got this for under $100, everything, which is pretty cheap for this. And I think it's gonna be great. How about you guys? Am I having fun? So our sleep system for the night, I'm not going to do a sleeping pad. I'm going to try this without a sleeping pad, but we just have my bizarre Polish sleeping bag. I did a video on this about 4 years ago. A lot of different comments about it, but if you go back and watch the video, I'll put a link in the screen for the video for this sleeping bag. But there were some liners that it came with, and they have buttonholes that only button on the outside of this sleeping bag. There's no way they button on the inside. If I remember, that's how it was. And A few people are commenting saying it's not what it was for, but that was the only thing it would be used for, because there was the button slots were made to go on this. There's nothing else for the button to, so I don't know. But this is a really cool sleeping bag because it unzips to the bottom too, and it turns into a blanket. So that's our sleeping bag. And then here I have the pillow. This is an actual US military pillow. I just recently bought a US military pillow cover for it. But the pillow is actually a real military pillow. Okay guys, while we're waiting for the storms to come in, because the storm's not going to be here till 5, it is 1:30 right now. I figured I'd show you what we're going to be cooking on tonight. And right here I have a Czechoslovakian field mess kit. And I got the whole kit right here. So let's get down to the drawing table. Let's check this thing out. This thing is awesome. Okay, I just recently purchased this at a very good price. Very good price, I thought, in my opinion, for what you're getting. Get this thing open here. It is ancient. I'll show you the age of this thing here in a minute. Here's the top of it. With this field mess kit, you get a ladle. Bring it down a little closer here. Get a ladle. Get a knife, which needs very much cleaned. We won't be using that in this video. Wood spoon. Don't know about that because wood soaks in a lot of stuff. It's going to take a lot of bleach. Another knife. This flips open. It reveals the mess kit. Get this out the bag here. I set it down here. This out of the bag. The bag is not in great shape, but it's not in horrible shape either. But there's the inside of it. You also get a wood cutting board, which doesn't really look like it's been used much, but that will definitely need to be cleaned. And I got this piece of paper here I'll show you. It's all in Czechoslovakian language, I believe. It's got a date of 1959 right there. But then also has a date down here of 1982. So that's interesting. Probably made in 59, but it was issued in 82 at one point, I'm guessing. But yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a... Well, if there's any subscribers from Czechoslovakia, which is not Czechoslovakia anymore, it's Slovakia and Czech Republic, but maybe you can read that language there. Interesting. So that's some history there. Okay, now for the whole mess kit itself. This is really awesome. So you have a top pan here. These are made out of aluminum, but it's a very, very heavy duty aluminum. And then you have another one here. We'll come back, we'll put that to the side there. And that sits in the main, this main big pot. But that's the main big pot there. This sits in that. It's got a lid, but this lid is also, it's also a frying pan as well. So that's really neat. And then inside that one, you have another one, smaller size. Same lid and all. And it's a frying pan as well. And inside this one, that's it. So what's neat is these handles here, they slide up and go down, so it kind of locks the, when you put it all back together, it locks in. So it's really nice. This has a date of 1957 right there, and probably the Czechoslovakian symbol, looks like a flower. But yeah, and here's the bigger fry pan. Immaculate condition. I've already ran it through the dishwasher. There's the smaller one. But we're gonna boil some water in here and to really sanitize everything. And then this is what we're gonna cook our dinner on for this overnight. So this bigger one here. So yeah, that's the whole kit. Now the big one, it's just a lid. You still cook on it, but it doesn't have the handle like these do. But I'll be honest, this smaller one here would make great for a survival kit, and like an extra large survival kit. But I'll show you here. These just kind of go in on an angle like that, and then the same over here that crunches in. You can lift those up. You can even cook with the lid on there as well. And really, really, this is really a cool kit. And you wouldn't believe the price I got on this. It took me a while to pull the trigger on it, and I thought by the time I was gonna pull the trigger on it, it'd be gone and sold. It was still up and selling on eBay. I got it for, I think, 64 something, and it came up to like $84.99 or something with tax. I got this whole kit for under $100. That was mind-blowing to me because there's one on eBay right now, brand new, I think for $200. And this one's in great shape, so I scored big on that. And it's gonna be great for group camping. That's obviously what this kit was made for. It was made for, you know, soldiers, probably a squadron or platoon or something. But yeah, pretty cool. Well, I would say that's pretty good. Been boiling for a while. Yeah, it's windy out. I don't know, I have a lot of trouble with this stove. It's just a yellow flame. I'm gonna turn it off. Anyways, we got the water boiled. I'm not impressed with my Peak 1 stove very much. I ordered an M1950 stove and I screwed that one up. So I ordered another one for parts, and I'm still waiting for that to come in. So I'm hoping I can get one of those to work, because I'm going to use that to replace this stove. If not, then I'm just going to have to break down, spend some money, and get me a really nice stove. But anyways, water's boiled, and I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit, probably when the storms hit in. They're going to be here in about 2 or 3 hours, so I'll probably see you guys back then, and after that we'll cook some dinner up. The storms are approaching right now. You can see it way out there in the clouds. They're getting close. It's starting to cool down. Can't forget you guys. You got 'em. Not too bad in here. Better than the EcoTat. We got more room. No leaks so far. It's not raining real hard yet. I will say, nice thing about this tent while we're in here is, yeah, with the mesh zipped up all the way around, you can't sit up in it. But when you unzip the mesh here, I can sit up in here, and so that's kind of nice. And the fly is not hitting my head. Just here on the side is a little bit, but so yeah, that's pretty nice for being a small stealthy tent. Yeah, it's coming down now, guys. Oh yeah. The only thing that'd be nice is this front fly part. If it would have like a, it almost needs another guideline for it to pull it out, because the wind just blows right on like it's doing right now. Well, I'm just gonna stand here, I think, for now. Not stand here, but sit here, just in case. I need to get up and take shelter. Wow, that wind's really blowing. Look at that. Wow. Wow, that wind though. The tent did pretty good. Still raining lightly right now, but I stay dry in there, and I want to show you something here. One thing I was worried about was rain getting on here and coming underneath the cot, but the cot's just a little wet right there. But other than that, no rain came underneath. Now, I did have a spot where the seam tape's coming apart over here on the inside where you could feel a little bit of drop of rain on it, but that was the only spot, so it held up pretty good. Okay, welcome to my outdoor kitchen. We're gonna go ahead and use the stove again, and we're gonna get dinner going here. Stay nice and pumped up. Well, that's not good. Well, that's why it wasn't working. Stove's leaking. And I had fixed this spot here already. I had fixed this. Look at this. Right here, where it goes into the tank. And that is why. And I hear it. Well, that's a bummer. I gotta fix that again. I sealed that thing up too. It's not holding. I mean, that's why. Okay, we're gonna get a, oh, got the pressure out. I'll get back to you guys here. Give me a moment. I have another stove, if you guys can believe that. This is the Primus multi-fuel stove, and I guarantee you, she is not gonna let me down. Oh, that's so frustrating, guys. But on the dinner plate tonight, we have mild Italian sausage, chicken and sausage style, mild Italian. And along with that, we have some Capri pasta salad, which is in here, but we'll get it on the USGI plate. But I'm hungry. Let's get dinner going. The stove will not let me down. Bam! This stove is a beast. Woo, look at that! Roaring boil. There ain't no other stove like this one. Look. 1, 2, and 3. That's what I'm talking about. are done. Okay. That's how you cook meal. We're going to talk about stoves here in a little bit. And because I have not had much, I don't believe in luck, but I don't know the word to use, but much good experience in buying stoves recently. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but let's go and eat some food real quick. We're going to have 2 of these. Angel's having one too, but she's going to have hers later probably. She don't want to eat off the cook set just because it's old and been used, but I sterilized it, so it's safe. But that's okay. We're gonna eat off it. All right. Let's try some of this first. There it is. Yummy, yummy, dripping everywhere. Oh, that's really good. Mmm. Wow. That's Capri's pasta salad from Aldi's. That's really good. I got a gnat spell on my plate. Oh well. Okay. That's pretty good. Definitely has an Italian flavor to it. It's been a fun day, guys. I hope you're having fun. Sorry, I got a little excited with the stove. But this stove here is not a military surplus stove. And we will talk about the stove in a minute. I feel like I can think better when I'm sitting at the table eating, you know? Talk to you guys better. Not so camera shy. Alright, more bite, guys, and we'll get back to the stoves here in a minute. Good stuff. That's really good. Well, I'm bringing you guys back because I want to talk to you about stoves for a minute here, and I want to give you my input on them. Okay, I'm going to try and make this long story short. A few months ago, I think it was, oh, actually quite a few months ago, it was back in early September, I believe, I bought a military United States Marine Corps Peak 1 stove, which is a stove that we use today in this video. That failed on me. When I first bought the stove, it leaked everywhere. I had to take it apart, re-seam the threads on it with some flexible gasket, and it worked. It was good to go after that. I took it out in extreme cold weather camp out that you guys saw a few months back, and I think it was December or January. Used that stove, cooked up some ramen in it, and 5 below zero. It worked great. I used it today. It was shooting a yellow flame out when we were boiling water in the cook set, and then I noticed it was leaking when I was pumping it, where I had re-sealed the threads on it with a flexible gasket. So that's gonna have to get fixed, or just go sit up on the wall, because it's kind of an antique. It's from 1995. Now, I also ordered an M1950 military stove, and I got that in the mail the other day. And I was taking it apart, cleaning it, and I clamped onto the plunger tube that the plunger goes into, the pump, and it's brass. Well, I gripped it too tight because I was trying to take off the end to take the, it's called a pip, to take that out and replace it or clean it. And I crushed the tube with the pliers, and I tried to get it to go back out and redo it, and it wasn't working. So I had to buy another stove just to get that piece. And I'm still waiting for that piece to come in. I'm hoping this is going to work. And the point of the story is that I never really had a military stove that actually worked. Like the Peak one that I have, it worked, but it's just really, really bad condition. So I got a nice M1950, and it's nice, it's just old. I was led to believe to a point that, you know, I've watched some videos on the M1950 stoves and the M1945 Aladdin stove, and there's some other ones that came out before that, M1941 and 2, but mainly M1945. But, you know, they're comparing these stoves, the guy was, and talking about him. He said, you know, the Aladdin, this would be his go-to stove. And I'm like, oh, okay, and it looked really great on camera, but, you know, these things are antiques, and I know that. It's like, I tell myself, Scott, you know, these are antiques. They're not, they need a lot of work. And that's what I kind of did with the Peak 1 stove, the USMC one I bought. It was used. I opted out and getting a new old stock one. I should just went ahead and did that, and I didn't, because they were like over 200 when this one was under 100. So, yeah. I just wanted a military stove that worked good. So if this M1950 stove doesn't work, then this Primus, this right here, this Primus multi-fuel stove, which is extremely powerful, as you saw in the video, is going to be my go-to stove. And it's an omni-fuel stove. It uses multiple fuels. Now, personally, I like military stuff, so I always want to get a military stove, but this civilian stove outdoes all those military stoves. And what I think I really like about this here is, if you look at the M1950 stoves, they sit up a lot taller. Even the Peak 1 does. This sits real low to the ground. So it's really good to have, especially if it's windy out. As you saw, I use the windscreen even on this because I'm up on a table, but it just sits lower to the ground. I think that's going to be better than having a stove that sits up this high from the ground or wherever you're at, than a stove like this when you're cooking because of wind. So yeah, I was like, what was I thinking? Why did I think these were good stoves? I mean, they might have been good back in the day. When you have a stove like this Primus Omni-Fuel stove, nah, they can't even compare to this stove. I mean, you saw it. This thing was powerful. Yeah, there's nothing like it. So, the M1950 doesn't work, then I am going to keep my eye out for the XGK. It's an MSR stove. It's a multi-fuel stove like this, but it's one made for the military. If not, this is going to be the stove if the M1950 doesn't work. So, if you guys want to know a good stove, I guess the point of the story is this right here. This stove will burn all kinds of fuels. It is very powerful and low maintenance. It is a great stove. It's the Primus Omni-Fuel stove, and I think they still make it. This one I've had for over 10 years. Haven't used it a whole lot, but every time I've used it, it's never let me down. So I'm giving this thing credit over all those military stoves that I've used. So anyways, my rant's done. I'm gonna get stuff cleaned up, guys, and I don't know what else we got on the agenda. Probably gonna go ahead and just call it a night here in a little bit, but yeah, we'll see. I'll see you guys in a few. We're gonna go to bed, guys. I don't know if you can see me here on camera. Bring guys inside here. Whew, it's a little chilly out. We are going to actually keep the fly on this tent. Yep, it's just a little bit chilly. Got down to, it's supposed to get down to 50. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see me here. Okay, we are in the tent. There it is, the sleeping bag. I just didn't put my light on my camera, being lazy. There's gnats in here. Ugh. Well, I'm glad that I am glad that I picked the sleeping bag and kept the fly on because it got kind of chilly tonight. It's 50 degrees tonight for a low. So, nice bugs. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys in the morning. So, I hope I can do this all night. This will really be my first camp out and sleeping in a cot all night. So, and I need to get this mesh zipped up over me too. Hey, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. Good morning, guys. Well, guys, it was a good night, and I slept pretty good on the cot. It wasn't too bad. I'm glad I had this Polish sleeping bag because it got a little cool out. It's cold right now. It's probably 50 degrees out right now. But other than that, I slept pretty decent. I slept till about 3 pretty good, so whew. I'm tired. I didn't want to get up, but I gotta get up because we have errands to run today. So, but I think we're gonna end the video. I don't have time for coffee or anything like that, but I think well, I don't think, but this is what we're gonna use in our next overnighter again. But we'll go somewhere else and do it. We'll go probably Sand Ridge or my family's property. But it was fun just kind of getting test out this cot and stuff and this tent. So it was comfortable even without a sleeping pad. I didn't sleep with the sleeping pad on, so it did good. Well, guys, it's been a lot of fun, and yeah. Guys, I will see you guys in the next video. So I hope you enjoy the video. I don't know how it's gonna turn out after I do the editing stuff, but it was fun though. So anyways, all is good. I will see you in the next video. So guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below as always. And just glad to have you guys back again. And I will see you soon. God bless. Take care. Bye.